3 years ago, when we landed in the UK, we started living in sharing accommodation because it's really hard to get a flat or a house when you are new in the UK. We lived in sharing accommodation for around 6 months, and I kid you not, it was not easy. The washroom is shared, the kitchen is shared, and everything else is shared, and you don't have any privacy. So, if you are in the same boat and you are looking for flats and houses on rent, this video might help you. So without further ado, let's hop onto the video. So I have divided this video in two different parts. The first part will help you understand what are the requirements to get your flat or house on rent in the UK. In the second part, I will tell you what are the solutions and what you can do to make it possible. Before pointing out the points, I want to tell you that in order to get a flat or house on rent here in the UK, you need to have at least three of these requirements. The first requirement is you must have a full-time permanent job in the UK. Requirement number two is you need to meet the minimum salary criteria for that flat or house, which is usually 30 times the monthly rent. Point number three, you need to have a guarantor who is a UK passport holder and meets the salary requirement. Requirement number four, having a history of renting in the UK might increase your chances to get that flat. Point number five, some agencies or landlords might still not accept you even if you meet all those requirements. So in the next part, I will tell you the solution or tips and tricks to get the flat that you want. So number one, if your job is temporary, pro rata, or part-time, speak to your employer about offering a permanent contract or a letter, simple letter confirming your ongoing employment. Now, most of the employers won't cause any trouble in giving you that letter, which can help you prove that your job is stable and full-time and permanent. This can sometimes be accepted by letting agents as proof of job stability. So point number two, if you don't meet the salary threshold, like for example, if the minimum salary requirement is 60,000 roughly, and your annual salary is 55,000. What you can do is you can pay off the difference to be eligible for the requirement. One of my friends did it. They were short on 5,000, but they had 5,000 in savings. So they actually gave 5,000 upfront in advance before the contract started. So not all of the agencies and landlords follow this criteria, but some do. So it's worth checking with the letting agent that if it's possible or not. Now, point number three, if you don't have a close guarantor, ask a family friend, employer, or even a distant relative. As long as they can earn enough and agree to take financial responsibility, they can usually be accepted. So it doesn't have to be your chacha mamu or your uncle or your aunt or anything. It can be a family friend that you can trust, and that family friend can trust you. So in this, it is a critical notch of trust coming. Most of the family friend will back off saying that they don't know your financial status, because if you, let's say 7 months down the contract of the rental agreement, if you weren't able to pay due to any circumstances, then the letting agent or the agency will chase the guarantor, and your guarantor will have to eventually pay your rent. Again, this is not 100% a probability, but it can happen. So it's better to let the guarantor know in advance. Point number four, if you don't yet have rental history in the UK, present a strong, well-prepared application with all the documents ready: passport, visa, resident permit, job contract, bank statements, and character references. If you don't yet have rental history in the UK, present a strong, well-prepared application with all the documents ready: passport, visa, resident permit, job contract, bank statements, and character reference if necessary. This will show how serious you are in getting the rental agreement done. If you recently landed in the UK, it's quite tricky to get a rental flat or a house unless your job is already confirmed and you are on sponsorship visa and you have literally like 70,000 or 80,000 per annum job, or you just meet the requirement of the salary threshold, right? But if you're not in that criteria, it will be very tricky. So make sure you have all the documents ready and you prove to the letting agent that you are serious in getting that house or flat on rent. So solution to point number or requirement number 5 is, if you are still getting rejected because of lack of UK history or job security, offer to pay 6 months rent upfront. Many agencies will accept it because they will be like, once you pay the 6 months advance, they won't have to get the security of you being financially stable, because eventually if you start the contract, you have already paid for 6 months rent. So that's why many letting agencies will accept it and say it's okay, you can give us 6 months rent in advance and then you can get the flat. Funny thing, 60% of the letting agencies prioritize this type of advance giving, because in our personal experience, when we were looking for flats when we came here like 3 years ago, one of the flats that we really loved, it was based in Uxbridge if I'm not wrong, and it was a new built flat. There was a couple who came to the viewing before us, and when we submitted everything, we submitted all the documents, the letting agent told us that the couple before you opted to pay the whole 6 months or 12 months rent in advance. That's why they prioritize those guys. So in some cases, if you have the budget and if you are financially stable and you have the savings, it's better to pay everything in advance, and then whatever you earn you can save it. And the last bonus point will be this bonus point who nobody will tell you about. When you are looking for flats or houses and you are going for viewing, you are checking everything on the website and etc, you are not alone. Like 10s and 20 and 50 and hundreds of people are visually looking at the property and they are applying for viewing. When your viewing gets accepted, you are not the only one going for viewing and applying for that flat. So one key point is, whatever the offer is, for example, if the rent is 1500, you can put the offer of 1550. In the beginning, when we were looking for flats, we used to just go and say, oh yeah, we are okay to pay 1400 if the 1400 is the rent. And then later on, we found out that other couples or other people who were viewing, they were offering more than what the original offer was. If it's 1400, say 1450. It's 1500, say 1550. For 2550, just a rough increase. Because at the end of the day, if the agency will have all the list of candidates, they will compare all the profiles, see who is stable, who is financially strong. At the end of the day, if 3 candidates are matching the financial requirement, the salary threshold, the history in the UK and everything, and one of the guys has bid more money, then obviously if I'm the agency, I would go with that guy, right? So this is the hack which nobody will tell you in getting your first rent house or flat. So this is all. I hope this video is helpful for you. If you found this video helpful, please make sure you like it, share it, subscribe to the channel. And if your friends or family or anybody is looking for flat and you think this video might help them, please share with them so that this video can be helpful for them as well. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe now. Next video is going to be about how you can secure a good white-collar UK full-time permanent job in the UK. So make sure you subscribe, turn on the bell icon so that whenever I upload that video, you will get the notification. Thank you for watching. See you next time.